vortex behind each wingtip. All right. For the next one, I do want you guys to write it down. All right. So a heavy and slow aircraft, especially when it is clean configuration, so flaps up, gear up, will produce the heaviest wake turbulence, right? This is a question that could be on your exam, all right? So heavy, slow, and clean configuration. Oh, Giri, thanks for the nice song. Yes. Brody, I have a new favorite student, and it's Giri over here. All right. So these wingtips vortices, all right, cause what they call the wake turbulence, which can be detrimental to controlling the aircraft, all right?
When would you ever get to be slow plane that's in the clean configuration? Aren't most planes dirty when they're slow?
Okay, so good question. When would you be heavy and slow and clean, right? So think about takeoff. You have a shit ton of power, and you put your flaps up, you put your gear up, and you're heavy.
Well, right after takeoff.
Right after takeoff.
That makes sense.
Most likely that's when you'll have it. Oh, you have a question? Okay, just type your question in, right? I can't hear a word. You just need to write it into the chat, okay? Sorry guys, technical difficulties again. What? No, I can, but then it's weird software. Well, part of okay, so Aziz, or not sure if the other guy said the same thing, right? But part of the takeoff is to put the gear up and flaps at about 1,000 feet and such, right? So I would say it's not after the takeoff, it's as you are taking off. It's when you're gonna get slow and such. Okay. So we have this nice picture here of some wake turbulence or vortices on the side. It's a hard-shaped cloud. All right. As the airflow is rotating, wake turbulence, if you encounter them, will create your aircraft to roll. All right. So very important. I mean, not very important, you don't really have to write it down. If you go into turbulence, you will roll a little bit, right, from side to side. That's about the gist of it. Aircraft with short wingspan may not be able to counteract the roll with the aileron, right? No need to write it down. So if you guys are, I don't know, if you guys are flying a Cessna behind a Boeing 747, all right, the turbulence from them, you will not be able to counteract, all right? Flying through the wake laterally can impose a high G-force and can cause damage to the aircraft, right? Okay, moving on. No. Wake turbulence avoidance. So, during cruise, avoid crossing behind and less than 1,000 feet below of a larger aircraft. So don't be behind them because behind where the wake turbulence will be, right? And don't be 1,000 feet below because keep in mind, as you guys, as the airplane is flying, right? The wake turbulence will still go slowly downwards, all right? And when that happens, it will hit you, even if you're underneath them a little bit, all right? Bless you. Bless you. And God bless the United States of America. During taxiing, stay well behind helicopters as they produce significant downwash, right? So in a helicopter, right, even when you're on the ground, right, it just produces a buttload of airflow downwards, right, which can cause your airplane to flip if you're not too careful. During takeoff, plan to become airborne before their rotation points. Okay? If intersection departure, plan to be airborne before the intersection. Right, I will show a quick picture here if it's not already here. No, I don't think it is. When another aircraft lands, take off beyond the point of the touchdown, right? So I'll just see here. No. Okay, I'll just draw it out over here. So if this is the runway over here, right? Just two beautiful straight lines, and this is where a big airplane initially took off from, right? So very important notes. I don't think the slide mentioned it. Wake turbulence starts when you are lifting off from the ground. All right. So it's only when you are lifting off the ground. Okay. That's why it's important, because if we are a small Cessna and the 747 took off over here, all right, that means that over here is where you will start to get those type of turbulence on the ground. All right. So what you would need to do is you would need to, I don't know, start to go up higher, start to take off from here, where you are not going to encounter during your takeoff roll any turbulence. Okay? So the same thing comes when you're